came out to demand that Walmart take responsibility for the workers.
Walmart, as you know, is the biggest, most profitable corporation in the world, not the United States, in the world, so they have a responsibility to set the standard. Right now, the standard they're setting is unacceptable.
There are a lot of abuses taking place in the facility, but no one takes responsibility for any of it. So the workers are calling on Walmart, since they move all of the Walmart merchandise in this facility, to adopt a responsible contractor policy.
Hey Walmart, heads up! The workers won't give up! Hey Walmart, heads up! The workers won't give up!
Today's modern conveniences can be summed up into 3 words. Bigger is better. At least, that's the mentality shared by our local superstores. These conglomerates have mastered our consumer culture and branded their logos into the minds of unexpected shoppers. Consumerism is the purchase of goods that aren't necessary, but in our consumer culture have become the norm, as well as a status symbol. As consumers, we often don't think about what we're purchasing, where it comes from, and the effects it has on human lives. The correlation between purchasing products and environmental disaster is not always obvious to us as consumers. We don't see the cruelty in the creation of the products that we take for granted. The reason we're unaware of this is because corporations purposely leave their consumers in the dark. In order to understand these injustices, we need to become conscientious consumers and learn where the superstore came from. Walmart was created in the early 1960s by Sam Walton. Walton had the idea to create a store where he would sell more products with a smaller profit margin. In 1962, he opened his first Walmart store. Customers responded positively to the store and its new trend of buying in bulk. Walmart's goal was to be a one-stop shop where customers could purchase everything they needed and plenty of it. As Walmart began to grow in popularity, its stores subsequently began to multiply, as did its influence over consumers. Today, Walmart is the largest retail store in the world. Sam Walton's family is considered the richest family in the world, being worth over $103 billion put together. The 6 members of the Walton family have the same combined net worth as the lower 30% of the United States. Among its superstore competitors, Walmart holds the greatest impact among consumers. In 2011, the corporation grossed $447 billion. This number is more than the combined total of its 4 strongest competitors, which include Target and Sears. Walmart has integrated itself into the lives of all consumers because of its one-stop shop mentality. Statistics show that on average, Walmart has 200 million weekly shoppers, and an estimated 95% of American households will visit once a year. Walmart has evolved past a business and transcended into its own cultural identity.
Jesus Christ, Dad?
Stan!
Dad, oh my God!
Stan!
What, Dad, are you dying?
No, I'm just really tired. I was shopping at Walmart all night.
Today, Walmart stores have taken the one-stop shopping experience to the next level and created many stores that feature full grocery and commercial dining. Due to the low prices and large selection of locations, large corporations like Walmart and Target have forever changed the face of consumerism in America. The consumerism revolution began post-industrial revolution, allowing for consumption in the 20th and 21st centuries to grow substantially. The quality of goods has degraded significantly, consequently resulting in overconsumption of cheap goods, which creates a cycle of unsustainable consumerism. Walmart pioneered the cheap plastic revolution, and others have since followed. All of these dispensable plastic goods eventually end up in the trash. This creates the problem of overflowing landfills, pollution, bad air quality, and other significant environmental and human impacts. In 2008, the amount of trash generated worldwide was 389.5 million tons. 69% was put into landfills, 24% was recycled and composted, and 7% was combusted via waste to energy. Consumerism creates vast amounts of pollution through the production and transport of goods, and through discarding unwanted items which don't always end up in landfills. Many plastics, such as plastic bags, toothbrushes, shampoo bottles, and disposable razors, end up in the water systems, which flow out to the sea and end up in the Great Garbage Patch. These plastics end up in the stomachs of marine animals, causing mass death, and have altered oceanic habitats. We throw away an average of 83 pounds of textiles per person each year. That's 4 times the amount recorded in 1980. Since 1995, the number of toasters and other small electrothermal appliances sold in the U.S. each year has increased from 188 million to 279 million. This wasteful and extravagant way of life is extremely harmful to our environment and to many of the workers that work for the superstore corporations that create all of these cheap consumer goods. The Inland Empire has the highest concentration of warehouse space on the planet. Over 43% of all U.S. imports enter through the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, with 75% of this cargo traveling through Inland Empire warehouses before dispersing to retail giants across the nation. Warehouse Workers United is a new organization of warehouse workers in the Inland Empire. They are dedicated to bringing warehouse workers together to make jobs better and build a better future for them and their families. They are supported by Change to Win, a coalition of unions representing more than 6 million working Americans. The warehouse workers of the Inland Empire are vital to the supply chain of major corporate retailers such as Wal-Mart. While the Inland Empire deals with depression-like conditions, the unethical labor practices of leading corporations exacerbate the problems for blue-collar warehouse workers.
Mi nombre es Jesús Sauceda y trabajo para una bodega de Snyder moviendo mercancía de Walmart. Apenas la semana pasada nos descansaron a causa de la demanda que hemos metido, de reclamando lo que no nos han pagado y queremos saber qué es lo que va a hacer la compañía de Snyder, Impact o Walmart, qué es lo que van a hacer al respecto, porque nosotros necesitamos trabajar y tenemos familias que mantener. Y estamos preocupados por qué es lo que va a pasar. Necesitamos una respuesta de parte de estas compañías y saber quién va a responder por lo que ha pasado.
The California Budget Project has estimated that Inland Empire workers require an hourly wage of $17.48 to meet basic family needs. Yet only 3% of workers earn a basic family wage, and 41% earn less than $10.50 per hour. In order to avoid paying fair wages, companies have employed temp agencies to acquire workers who, although work alongside direct hire workers, are paid less and are forced to deal with the economic burden of job insecurity. The Inland Empire has the highest concentration of temporary employment, with 53,000 people hired in 2007, an overall growth of 575% between the years 1990 and 2007. The use of temporary workers has been used to avoid having to provide basic benefits such as sick leave, vacation pay, healthcare coverage, and a retirement plan. The employment of temporary workers has also been noted as a method for discouraging unionization, since temporary workers can easily be fired and replaced for any attempts to organize a union. Unionized workers can make an average of $6,656 to $9,568 more per year, which can significantly alleviate the stress of living in the Inland Empire, where housing foreclosures are the 3rd highest in the nation. Being paid a fair living wage can not only have positive impacts on warehouse workers, but can also improve the community's local economy as well. This results in laying off workers, lower wages, and poorer working conditions for the worker. Walmart's slogan, "Save more, live better," does not take into account those who suffered making their products. Walmart has not only abused their warehouse workers, but also the workers in their factories. Walmart factory workers work 12 to 14 hours a day and do not receive overtime pay. In addition, they're forced to sign papers that say they volunteered to work overtime. Post-industrial revolution, our society began to revolve around consumer culture. During this paradigm shift, the mentality of our society changed along with it. As the money flowed in, our society became materialistically obsessed and created detrimental effects on human lives and the planet. We depend on the capitalistic ventures of production and consumption for not only our economic happiness, but social happiness as well. Because of the discourse of consumerism and the need to keep the cycle of production and consumption going, people worldwide are required to work in factories with poor conditions and even poorer wages, to produce lackluster products that people do not need. This cycle of production is damaging to the health of our planet and invariably harmful to human health and livelihood. These violations against the worker and the planet will need to come to an end. The means to this end is education. Education is the key to prevention. Once people understand how their consumerist lifestyle affects others and our environment, real change will take place. We are all connected to each other and the planet. Our actions will affect one another. Today, we must make a change, one battle at a time.
The workers looking up.